See if we can spin this around. These guys know what they want, and they are not gonna let anybody bother them. The zebras here like to try to get in and try to borrow some of their food, but the camels do not usually allow that. We're gonna be doing a sloth encounter at around 4. The reason the camera keeps bumping around is this cute little donkey here that I'm gonna show you keeps, what are you doing there? There's Marty the zebra trying to get fresh. And then we got Jaja the zebra also behind there. We have a whole mess of animals hanging out. And then over here, we have a pony. It's definitely a lot going on. Let's see if we can move over here, get out of everybody's way. We got these two awesome zebras right here, Jaja and Marty. Marty's the male. Then over here we have a Boo and Ed having a little bit of breakfast. I don't have any treats. This donkey that you can see its butt keeps trying to ask for treats, and I don't have any. I don't have any treats, girl. Guys, we're located in Benton, Tennessee, halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville. And if you've ever wanted something really awesome to do, you can come here to Coe Riverside Farm and hang out with these awesome animals. We have some kangaroos sleeping right here. One of them is definitely Prager's. The baby has been sticking the head out. Super cool. So if you guys want to come hang out with some awesome animals here to Coe Riverside Farm, it is amazing. What time is it, Presley? It is 1:48. We are on Eastern time. And it's a little warm out here. It's gonna be time to go jump in the river soon for sure. Guys, we're gonna be doing a kangaroo encounter starting around 2, and also a sloth encounter. So if you keep watching, you get to see a baby sloth getting held, and then some kangaroo. Yeah, you see how those camels don't mess around. He's like, yo, this is my food, back it up. Always entertaining. What time is it for you, Presley? Where are you? Oh, you'll be there at 4? Awesome. Well, I think you'll have a good time. It's a pretty cool place to hang out. But yeah, a lot of people, they need to make sure that it's Eastern and not Central time. Guys, if you're coming to Coe Riverside Farm, make sure you do the farm tour. The horseback ride is awesome. We're getting ready to start offering backcountry llama hikes and horse rides. You can come bottle feed some Scottish Highland cows, hang out with some zebras. Man, there's so much to do. Bottle feed kangaroos, hang out with ponies and zebras, llamas, alpacas. Oh look, here comes Marty. What are you doing, Marty? Is our place wheelchair friendly? If you're doing the farm tour and you have like one of those motorized ones, that's definitely not a problem. We see those quite frequently. If you got the smaller wheels, you know, it might be tough on some of the gravel, but we do the best we can to accommodate that. Referee horses for the zebra. I like it. I've never heard that one. What state are we in? We are in Benton, Tennessee, halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville. We have over 150 animals. Oreo pony. I like that too. Definitely awesome. Guys, some cool facts about the old Oreo pony there is when they are, those stripes, they seek to confuse like flies and things like that. And so then that way when they're running in a herd, they're trying to confuse the lions. So a lot of times they're going to be in what's called a harem, so you're going to have one male and, 5, 6, 7, 8 females. And then when they form up to do their migration, they're going to actually all get together and kind of mosey on down the road. If you were in Benton, Tennessee, you would come brush the zebra. Well, zebras have never really been domesticated, so we're going to keep the brushing down to a minimum on the zebras. How many acres? 30 acres, but we back up to the Cherokee National Forest. So a lot of our hikes and stuff, you have tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of acres. It's amazing. Is the donkey eating the camel's food? He's always thinking about it. The donkey's pretty chill. It's the zebras that are kind of not cool sometimes. The camels are rideable in Tucson, Arizona. Awesome. Yeah, we do camel rides here too. Camels are a great form of transportation. They've been used for thousands of years. They even used camels in war. And I know if I was standing on one end of the battlefield and I saw these gigantic animals running at me, I would be like, peace out, lunch break it is. What animals roam around freely? We got Thomas the turkey, we got Sweet Thing the goat, we got some Great Pyrenees, all kinds of animals roaming freely. And then of course in the giant pastures we have llamas, alpacas, goats, horses, Scottish Highland cows, a whole plethora. Grant here is brushing down the camels, making sure they look good. Thank you, Grant. Do we have more animals? We do have more animals. We have over 150 animals. Has the zebra ever attacked anyone? No, not here, because we try to think about what we're doing and we don't make it stressful for the animals or for the people. Hey Karen, I'm doing pretty good today. How are you? Thank you for watching, really appreciate it. Guys, we're gonna be heading inside in about 5-10 minutes. We're gonna be doing a sloth encounter and maybe a kangaroo encounter. So if you wanna hang out and see what it's like when people hold a sloth, you can keep doing that. Again, if you're just joining us, we are located in Benton, Tennessee, halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville. It's pretty awesome. Do the free roaming animals go to the covered wagons? Thomas the turkey will probably swing by, and probably Sweet Thing the goat. Oh, that's right. Peacocks might swing by too. Good call out. Hope that answered your question, Presley. And Karen, you are welcome. Is this the Karen that came down with her sister to the Riverside cabin and you guys are all about the sloths? If it is, hello. I think I got it right. So you can see the donkey is very attentive to how to brush a camel. What times do we have exhibits today? Oh, they run all day. We have stuff starting at 8:30 in the morning and running to about 6 or 6:30. Most of the stuff does require a day before reservation. They might have changed some stuff. So if you go to our website at coeryriversidefarm.com, you can look and see if anything is available to be booked day of. We are almost done with our farm tour, or farm store actually. So you're gonna be able to do a little shopping, hang out, get something to drink, relax. So a lot of good stuff coming up soon, guys. I'm gonna zoom around and see if we can see these kangaroos. Are people staying in the wagons allowed to feed the animals any treats? All of it will be in your email packet that they'll send, and it gives all the rules and stuff. I hate to try to verbally say it because I might miss something, but if it's in an email, then we know it's correct. See how these kangaroos just hang out in the shade? They're no dummy. They know what's going on. Marty gets the zoomies. Likes to run around. And you can see Jaja here is about to pop. That is a very pregger zebra. Excuse me. I think the donkey here is need to work on their manners. Hey, you're turning the camera. Sorry guys, the donkey's trying to help me video and is turning the camera. I enjoy the help, but I'm sure you guys want to look at the zebra. Guys, you can see the covered wagons right there. We got one, and then there's another one. And then as we swing it around, that's the welcome wagon. You got the swing sets, a bunch of awesome stuff. All right, guys, we're gonna work on going in, see if we can get free of these donkeys. All right, guys, we'll see you in a little bit. We're gonna head inside. Are zebras friendly? They're pretty to look at. That's all I'll say it. All right, guys, we're gonna head inside the barn. We'll be doing a kangaroo encounter, and I think we're doing a little Zoe cuddling. Why do some camels have two humps? So some camels have two humps because they are Bactrian camels, which means that that's how they are. And some camels are dromedary camels, which means they have one hump. Easiest way to think about that is lay the letters on the side. Hey, Humphrey. So that right there is a Bactrian camel. He looks kind of funny because he's a baby. Why can't we ride zebras if they're just like horses? They are not just like horses. They have never successfully been domesticated. So someone tells you that, they're telling a fib. It's okay for questions. We like questions. So this is our exotic animal barn here. This is where we do a lot of the farm chores. So that lower aquarium right there, that's where we keep Tootsie, the bearded dragon. And then up above, got some geckos in there. And then normally Ed the camel is there. But right now it's Prince Ali, the white camel. This is what a white camel looks like. You think we should be able to ride giraffes? I do too, that'd be super cool. Who wouldn't want to ride a giraffe? So this is the barn right here, it's really cool. All right, are they there yet? All right guys, we're gonna be getting started with the sloth encounter here in just a minute. We're waiting. Make sure we have everybody. Let's hang out with Prince Ali for just a minute. So this is Prince Ali. He is our baby dromedary camel, and he is a sweetheart, aren't you, buddy? Hey. Oh, see how sweet he is? Oh, he just likes to eat my hair. That didn't feel that great. If you guys want to come to Camels Riverside Farm, you can meet Prince Ali. He is our baby white dromedary camel, and he is the sweetest thing ever. You can come bottle feed him, and it is awesome. Uh-oh, we saw Grant. Grant's his buddy. Prince Ali. going?
Going.
A little warm out there, huh?
A little bit.
It's toasty. It's slightly humid in here. We still have to keep it warm, so, but it's less humid. Come on with me when you're ready. Whichever one works best for you guys. This is Zoe. She's waking up from her nap. That's always good. Zoe. Ready to get up? Yeah, you guys can take as many pictures and videos as you want. That is totally fine. We gotta get some stretches in first. The jungle gym is here. And who wants to go first? Okay, so I'll just have you guys sit, and I'll show you how to hold her. So petting her is just short strokes here on the back of her neck. She just woke up from her nap, so either she will still be tired or she will be hungry. So we'll figure out which one once she gets settled on you. You don't want to touch her on her face. If she does lean back, well, a lot of people think they have to hold her like a human baby, and so they'll like squeeze her and coddle her like this. You don't have to do that. She gets kind of frustrated with too much pressure on her back. So one hand, I would say just right underneath her bum like that, and then use the other hand for just petting, but you don't have to like do this. She will kind of actually like not like that. If she does lean back, just let her lean back, and she's not gonna fall. So she will hold on to you and she will lean back. She's very strong, and she will kind of move around if she wants. Just don't touch her on the belly. She doesn't like that either. Pretty much just like this, and then you'll be just fine. Touch my neck. See how she's kind of like, she's gonna reach for this, and if she wants to lean back, she'll kind of pull on this and lean back, so it's all very normal. Are you looking for that branch? Get some chocolate going on, get you some snacks. So I will kind of, she'll twist, and she will put her legs around you, and then she'll put her arms around you when she feels you. There you go. She'll sit there and hang out with you. Oh, and you're getting out of those burgers. I know, we're getting you snacks, Zoe. We're getting your snacks. Yeah, when she wakes up, she's either, she's still waking up, or she's like, okay, snack time. Thank you. You guys are welcome to feed her, so, and I can hold that if you want. If you want to hold that, and she can feed. That arm there, you don't need to support her. She will hold herself up. You know. Okay. Yeah, you just feed it like little French fries. For those of you watching online, we are not feeding Zoe French fries. It said like a French fry. We are feeding Zoe. Everything is raw, so it's going to be sweet potato, zucchini, and squash. And we chop them up to little sticks that look like little French fries. And so that way it's easy for them to eat. So sloths have really poor vision, and they can, so we always say, you know, don't, it's a good general rule for every animal, that you don't just stick your finger in an animal's face, but especially with sloths, because when you put a chunk of sweet potato and your fingers side by side, it looks really similar. And they will chomp onto it. relaxed she is, the more that she kind of leans back like that, and just, and like when an animal's comfortable, they kind of show their belly. It's not an open invite of like, doesn't mean you can touch it. It's just they feel comfortable that they'll relax and do that for you. Zoe is a very good eater. She loves food. She's never been a hard one.
Is this their main diet, or is this just
This is 90% of their diet.
Yeah.
They're also going to have zucchini, or that's what we're eating now. Spinach, green beans. We do hard-boiled egg occasionally for our adult. Zoe's not quite there yet with her diet. She's still on all veggies. So we have a two-bedroom condo upstairs, and so we're doing housekeeping for the condos. That condo is really cool because our adult, Sloth, is in the living room next to us, and he has a window, a big picture window at the top level of this, which looks right into the condo, so you can be in your condo and then see him. So we have like a
So is this
Sloth
one
for
a
a roommate.
juvenile?
Is what?
This one a juvenile? Is that
Yes.
an adult?
Yeah, she's a little over a year old.
Okay.
And they don't reach full maturity until about 3 years old. Our adult is 6. Yeah, pretty rough life. Sleep all day and then get hand fed. I always say we just need a palm frond so we can just slowly fan her. Little Miss Diva over here. So you can see her teeth as she's eating. She's got those 4 kind of canine-looking teeth. They are very sharp. Every time that she opens and closes her mouth, those teeth are sharpening against each other.
That's the thing, they
Safe.
fit together.
I always have to giggle because sometimes people are slow to give it the next one. And I was like, it's really bad when a sloth has to tell you to hurry up. I didn't know you're not moving slow. Yeah, every morning she gets hand fed her food. And then when we do encounters, if she wants a snack, then she gets hand fed. And then at night is the only time that we leave food in her dish that she can eat, whenever she wants after we leave for the night.
You can eat it all.
Yeah, oh, she does. She absolutely does.
Oh,
It's cute how she's holding her own toes. Oh, sorry, we have to eat now.
they're pretty skittish.
So they're just really sensitive to noises. Being a prey animal. There you go. Being a prey animal, they have to be aware of predators and things like that. Just don't let her pull it into her mouth. And so because their eyesight is so poor, they kind of have to make up for their senses in other areas. So their sense of smell is very, very good. And then their hearing is also really good.
Yeah. So
She's like, but I'm so cute. Look at me.
yeah.
What'll be funny is, like, if I offered her some spinach right now, it's kind of, she's not, you know, like, when kids, and you ask them, like, oh, I'm so hungry, you're like, okay, we'll eat an apple. No, that doesn't sound good. Like, well, then you're not hungry now.
Well, the first bit.
Yeah, and so Zoe's kind of the same way. It's like, if I were to bring in spinach leaves for her right now, she'd just turn up her nose at it, and then she'd be like, oh, okay, that's the end of the line, I guess. She really likes that candy chair because it must have smells in the fabric and stuff. And then the little cup holder on the other side, somebody must have spilled something at one point in time because she always tries to eat the cup holder. Hey, Zoe. Yeah, so she might kind of lean over and sniff over at that cup holder, and that's cool. She might just ball up, and that's okay too. When you saw how she was laying in her hammock, so when she balls up like that, then she's comfortable. See her face. No, yeah, I don't have anything either. See how strong her core strength is? That's why I say, like, she will hold herself up, and you don't have to, like, be more like, oh, she's not wrong, like, she's not. So baby sloths are able to support themselves and be on their own anywhere between 4 to 6 months is when they would be naturally weaned off of mom. And they weigh maybe about a pound and a half at that point. So if you imagine a little pound and a half little sloth baby just making its way out in the jungle, it's like, geez.
No ear up there.
Yes. So they're quite the little survivalists. They seem very, like, just, I don't know, pitiful. Like, how do y'all survive out there? But they're quite good at what they do. So their main strategy of surviving and living is just basically stay under the radar their entire life. Stay under the radar when it comes to predators. They try to exert the least amount of energy as possible, so that way they don't have to consume as many calories and go searching for more food. So everything is about just self-preservation and living life on easy street, basically.
How old was she when we got her? When we got her?
I don't remember. I wasn't here when we got her, so I don't recall. I'm guessing like around 6 months range. And then when I got here, I think she was 9 months old, maybe 10 months. Always. So they sleep 15 to 20 hours a day. So it's like, yeah, they're always ready for a nap. Yeah. Are you gonna hold her too?
Sure.
Okay. Because I always lose track of time, so we're about halfway on time. We're gonna switch. So I will transfer her to you, but if you saw how I handed her to you, I'm gonna do the same thing, but like in reverse. So if you could put your hands, or one hand's already beneath her, and just push her up, so that way she comes up towards her neck. And she'll kind of gradually move up her own. Okay, and I'm just doing her little tushy. So, and then she should reach for me when she gets up here. So sloths always need to move from, they need to be holding on to a, branch or a support before they move into the next one. They can't be without a support in between. So that's why it's always slow to transfer, so that way they feel comfortable. Or having, when they're smaller, then we use a stuffed animal, so transfer to the stuffed animal and then move that way. She's a little too big for that now. That's how we used to transfer her, but she didn't want to smell her around here. Oh, she likes hats.
Anything caught on it.
Say licking is fine, but if she opens them, just move your arm away so she doesn't nibble on you. So she's still like a puppy like that where she will explore with her mouth. But of course, baby sloths turn into big sloths, and so we don't want to teach her any habits.
It's a lot softer than I thought.
Yeah. That's the number one feedback that I get from everybody is like, she's a lot softer than I thought.
Your claws are strong.
They are. So you can see her little eye, her little pupils, super tiny. It has a name for it, I can't remember what it is, but basically her vision would be like looking through paper towel tubes like this, and then in addition to that, they're black and white vision only, and so they're colorblind. And they're not gonna be able to see long distance, so everything is just very near. Just finish your day. Snack, sleep, eat. And then every once in a while poop. So they poop about once every 7 to 10 days. And it's pee and poo together. So in between that 7 to 10 days, they don't go pee at all. They don't go poop at all. It's all at the same time. It is separate, but it all happens at once. So I can't imagine holding on to their pee for 7 days. Like, they're very unique. Unique digestive system. They have the slowest digestive system out of all the mammals. From when they eat something to when it comes out and goes to their system is about 30 days. So even though they're going to poop every 7 to 10 days, but that was from 30 days ago.
Wow.
And then when they do go poop, they lose about a third of their body weight when they go. Yeah, so you think of 7 days worth of buildup. And then their little noses are, like, they're really smooth, but ideally with good humidity, they're almost like wet. And our adult has misters in his room, and so it stays really nice and humid in there. And his nose is always like drippy wet. And when I first got here, I was like, I just feel like there's something wrong with him, but that's how it should be.
So they do require a certain humidity?
Yeah, about at least 50% humidity. And temperature needs to be between 78 to 85 degrees. So in the summer, we keep it at 78 in here. So at least it's, when we come in here to do food prep and stuff like that, we're not totally dying. Because outside, it's like 80, 85. And then we'll keep it at probably a little bit warmer than that in the winter time, between our 70 and 85. Yeah, so that temperature plays into their digestive system. So if they're exposed to food too cold for too long, same time, they're very hardy and tough animals. So in the wild, there was a study done that they live in the jungle. The trees there are a lot taller than here, so they're like 100-foot trees, and they can withstand a fall between 80 and 100 feet and hit the jungle floor and be totally fine. And there was a study done that at least once a week in the wild, they're falling out of a tree. So they're super sensitive when it comes to all these other things, but they can fall out of a 100-foot tree and like be cool. So it's like,
Environmental can mess them up.
yeah,
Impacts them up.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, so a lot of people ask me like, what's their fastest mode of transportation, like getting around? And so it's crazy. If there was a predator, and their main predator is going to be a harpy eagle, and they're flying above the jungle treetops looking for movement in the trees. And if the eagle spots one and let's say lands on a limb where the sloth is, the fastest way they can get away is to fall out of that tree. So that's the fastest way of transportation, is intentionally falling. The next fastest way of getting around is swimming. So if they fell into the water, they can actually swim very well and quickly. And then next would be in the trees and tree. Same time.
Does she get up and get active on these branches very often?
So she doesn't play like, like a monkey would or anything like that. I will say that when we put her up in her hammock, after we get done feeding her, holding her, sometimes she doesn't want to be put away yet. She still wants to be held, which is like all the time. She will get up on these limbs and like try and chase it down. So she moves very quickly and it's very agile moving around here. She can move a whole lot quicker than what you think. But I have seen her go on all of them. Her hammock is definitely her favorite. Now, obviously, they don't have a hammock. So they would just rest. So their favorite, like if a limb was kind of right here or here, their favorite is to kind of rest their tush in this little Y in the branch, and then put one hand on a branch to just support themselves. So this would be kind of the ideal setting right here in the wild. They're wild and middle. When they're babies, their hair is really, I think, like glossy, silky almost. It's a lot softer than this. And then as they get older, it still doesn't get coarse, but it just gets less glossy, I feel like, less silky. That's a picture. But I got some pictures of like when he was eating Zoe here, but if you want to get more, it's up to you, whatever you guys want. Zoe's pretty good. So this little part of her hair, a lot of people think that that's like her tail right here, it's just an element. So there's no tail or anything underneath there, it's just her little butt poof. Yeah.
Her eyes are thin now.
Yeah, they kind of like bulge out and then get suck my head. She's grown a lot since I've been here. Also, she's, I don't know about double in size, but she's pretty darn close to that. I've been here like almost 5 months. It's like practicing. Yeah, their ears are really delightful. They remind me like, they look like little monkey ears. I mean, they're shaped like ours, you know, they got the little flap, and they're really cute. Did you see him when she was bent over earlier? Come here to the side.
I thought it was just a hole.
Yeah.
I couldn't see the ear.
Let's see if we can get her to hold still. Sometimes when she feels me move around, she's like, yeah, see now she's like, I'm not looking at you. I know.
And that weird look in your ears because it was so cute.
And when they're born, they're like solid dark chocolate brown. They don't have any markings or color variation like they do, like she does right now. They all have one here, like slowly comes in over time. And their little nose is just kind of like a dog, like their little nose is just working all the time.
All of it.
The oldest two-toed sloth that we know of was 56, and that was at a zoo. Obviously, it's going to be in captivity. That was a zoo in Germany. And then the second oldest one behind that was 50. A long time.
Been a while.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. That's the color around. She's like, silly. This is normal for her. She's just like, they are really neat. So, yeah. Like, there's not too many options other than after the snacking is done, it's like, okay, we got sleep or sit. Are you ready, Zoe? I got one appointment after you get up. Got one more visitor, Zoe. You ready?
I'm gonna go and bring them into here.
Okay. So I'm gonna reach under her little butt here.
You guys can go ahead and come on in here. It's a little cooler. And then we're gonna go down there to the end. I'm gonna bring you guys some chairs out. They're finishing up.
There we go. All right, guys. Thank you for coming out.
Later.
This is the part where it's like, it's so tempting to reach under her neck. Don't do it.
I'm gonna bring the chairs out here, Fallon, so there's a little bit more room.
Yeah. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hey. Guys, this is Fallon. She's gonna take good care of you. And whoever wants to hold first will be in that one. Guys, if you want, you are more than welcome to
Okay.
open that door. There's no pterodactyls. Put them all up on Tuesdays.
This is on my bucket list. We even went on a cruise and we were supposed to get to, but it didn't happen.
Oh no.
So look how strong she is.
So this is Fallon. She's gonna be doing the encounter with you guys, and she'll take great care of you.
Yep. So I just wanted to point this out while she is doing this. So she might lean back on you like she's doing with me, But all you need to do is just keep your hands right underneath her little tush here, and she will grab onto
She'll
you.
just hold on.
Yeah,
Okay.
a lot of people need go like to grab her, like she's gonna fall. You can see they're very strong, so she can hold on and lean backwards and be totally fine. She's not like a human baby that's gonna fall backwards and can't support herself. So, so petting her is just short strokes here on the back of her neck, just like that. And she's a little bit more active right now. I think being in this room too, she's kind of, so she might wiggle a little around a little bit more with you. And then what else? So you don't want to touch her on her face. You don't want her to touch her anywhere else other than just right here. Yeah, just like that. And it's super tempting when she like leans back that you want to touch her belly or like under her neck, and she will act negatively towards that.
Oh, okay.
So we don't want to do that.
We just pet her.
Yep. And then one hand just underneath her little bum like that, and the other one just like that. And then she will, this way Zoe, so just go ahead and kind of lean back and put one hand underneath her. There you go. And then she will transfer to you and she'll just go nice and slow. There we go. What do you think, Zoe?
No, you're good.
She's looking around.
Mm-hmm. So this is, sometimes when she gets out, and have you noticed that lately with her, Kevin? When she comes out in this room, she's a little bit
Oops.
more around.
I think it's like the first transfer, then she always wants to eat.
Yeah.
Oh, she's looking for treats.
Yeah, probably.
Did you take a picture?
We'll get her some snacks here. I'm getting them, Zoe. That's our baby camel out there making lots of noise. Here you go, Zoe.
Just like I have to perform. I want something to eat.
Well, she's an eater, and she's a very good eater. That is what she's looking for, like, all the time. The snack.
Now, is that just cheese?
Oh, no, it's zucchini. So it's
Okay.
raw, so we only do, raw veggies, and so her diet's gonna be predominantly zucchini, squash, green beans, sweet potato, spinach. And then as a baby, she does, cooked brown rice and sweet potato, and then like a pellet. So it's kind of a mix. And so any kind of variation of that. And as she's getting older, we do more and more veggies.
How old is she?
She is 18 months,
Yeah.
Oh,
so a little over a year now.
good.
Yep, she's growing fast.
Yeah.
Thank you.
She was looking nibbling for food.
Yeah.
But see, she's being good.
Yeah, anytime there's food involved, she's like, all right, I'm in.
Yeah, we saw him on a cruise. We didn't get to hold him.
Yeah.
So we came from California to see you.
Did you? Okay. You guys have other things in the area that you're doing, or just this?
We have family in Gallatin.
Okay,
And she's the one that found it for me.
okay.
It's my birthday present.
Oh, well, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, we have a lot of people that celebrate birthdays, anniversaries. We've had several marriage proposals with
With
them.
I'm getting older, so I made me a bucket list, and this is something I
Yeah.
wanted to do.
Oh, good.
And I thought I was gonna have to go to Texas, and I have nobody in Texas.
Yeah,
Oh,
That's
My
perfect.
daughter found this.
worked out perfect then.
I know Honduras does it,
Yeah,
but I didn't wanna go there.
yeah, that's a long trip.
Yeah.
So sloths have really poor eyesight, and so when she was kind of pulling his arm in, she thinks she's pulling in food.
Oh, yeah.
And-
She thought you were food.
So if you look at like for a sloth, this and this
Look the
are
same.
pretty similar looking to a
Yeah.
sloth. Yeah, or especially the sweet, because they're colorblind,
Yeah.
and so they can't tell the difference in colors and all that stuff. And so,
Take another picture.
yeah, you can stand up and take pictures from different angles. You're not going to bother Zoe at all.
Oh, that looks like it's leather or fake, even
Yeah,
so smooth.
so as they get older, it gets more and more rough.
Oh,
I don't know about rough, maybe like
warm.
thicker. Yeah, like leather.
You gotta hold her?
Mm.
Yes, you're gonna hold her. Hope she'll be fine.
You just gotta hold really still. That's the main thing.
See?
When you hold it, just hold really still.
You're okay?
You don't have to. It's up to you guys.
You put her just in your lap,
Okay,
okay?
okay.
You're good. Now, is it legal in Tennessee to own one?
Well, I
I
mean,
know in Texas it is, but,
so sloths make terrible pets. And so the facility that we got Zoe from specifically breeds them for zoos and other federally licensed facilities, but not the pet trade. And he doesn't offer any of his sloths to, like, you can't just go and buy a
it's hard
sloth.
to find one.
So it's hard to find them, and if you do go on Google and search sloth for sale, you're probably gonna get some black market animal that's been smuggled in, and then they're gonna not survive. And so if it seems too good to be true, it is,
Yeah,
and then the animal just suffers.
yeah.
So they're very temperamental about their environment, and I know when they're sitting like this, we're like, well, this is easy, like, this is no big deal.
They probably don't
the-
like this as much.
Well, so Zoe's very used to being held.
Yeah,
And it's a difference between, like, if you had a kitten, right? If you
Yeah.
had a kitten that was raised in a home and handled from day one in a loving environment that, you know, it was a positive experience being
Yeah.
held and all that, and being fed and all that, that's what they know.
yeah.
If you had a kitten that was born in a dumpster out in,
Then you bring it, yeah.
it wants absolutely nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
So it's potentially the same kitten, but it's the environment and how they're raised. And it's no different with these guys as well. So a lot of times you see on the internet, you know, people say that you should never hold a sloth. The statement is accurate, but it needs to have a little asterisk of saying wild or not hand raised.
Yeah,
And because if an animal is not hand raised, it's going to be stressful for any animal
Oh,
to be
yeah.
held, not just sloths. So they're right, but there's also you know, when animals are hand raised, it's a completely different story. Like I have a parrot, and his species, an umbrella cockatoo, is flying around out in the wild in Indonesia. If I went and caught one of those birds and tried to pet it, well, it would take my finger off.
yeah, you didn't like that.
Yeah, it wants absolutely nothing to do with me. But my bird was hatched from an egg and hand fed as soon as it was hatched.
Yeah.
But he's the most loving little animal I've ever seen. So it's, yeah.
A lot of it just depends.
It would be stressful for him to be out in the wild versus the other way around. She's gonna go to the doorknob. Yeah, that's okay, she can go over there and kind of sniff it. So this is where she'll kind of like lean back. That's why I wanted to show you that
Yeah.
earlier when she was doing that. So just let her do her thing and kind of just let her explore, and this would be kind of considered her play, if you will. And then anytime that we like interrupt it, then she gets frustrated. She's like, let me look around.
Why don't you stand up and take a picture? This way. Yeah.
Not
No, over there, that direction.
right here.
Yeah, there. Oh. Sorry.
I think Zoe. I'm gonna say I think she smells, hey, don't chew on that, there's nothing interesting in there.
There.
The chair, obviously, the fabric like holds smells and stuff with
Mhm.
different people, and then I think at some point, somebody must have spilled something in the cup holder,
And she.
because she always goes for it. So,
They must
she
have-
really likes the
Ready
camp
to
chair,
take a
it's got
picture?
all sorts of smells in there.
There, take one.
Yeah, like that, she always, and then she gets her little teeth stuck in the holes.
Uh-oh.
She on there, trust me. Now, might have to retire this chair, that's all you do is
That's what
chew on
she's
it.
wanting. She just wants to eat the chair.
Yeah. Get your teeth stuck. Come here. Come up here. There you go. There you go. You're fine, I know. I'm not interrupting your stuff,
Yeah.
you can still look around, silly.
Take a picture.
One of these fans probably need to put out for, how are you on that though?
You don't need to chew on that.
Be sure to take a picture when she sits up. Ready? Quick. Alright. Okay. She's giving me hugs.
Yeah. You wanna stand right
Come
here
over
and
here
take
and
a
take
picture
one.
from right here?
Right there. Scoot back a little bit. Okay. Alright. Ready? Did you get it? Oh, is it sleeping?
Yeah, she's all
She's
snuggled in there.
Zoe.
Yeah, Zoe.
Yeah. See, don't you wanna hold her?
I get that way about human babies. I get
Yeah.
nervous. I'm like, "Ooh, I'm gonna break it.
Yeah. Oh, he does good with human babies.
Oh, those are easier?
Well, I think he's afraid because she was going for his
Yeah,
arm.
yeah. Sometimes she gets a little restless and then it takes her a little while to kind of calm down a little bit. The other thing too is she's been sleeping all day.
Oh,
And so now she's got a little bit more energy.
do they shed?
Yes. So I can't recall if I've ever seen a hair of hers on me,
If you want the button.
but they do shed.
They do.
Yeah. Well, not like a dog, we're gonna get clumps of hair, you know, all over your stuff. or anything like that.
There's no teeth.
Huh?
There's no teeth?
Oh, she has teeth.
Oh, there must
Oh,
be
yeah.
back further.
Yeah, don't let her nibble on your
Yeah, that was
hand or
moving
anything.
anyway. Try another one. Quarter. Scoot back a little bit. All right. She's pretty, huh? Me. Was she nibbling her lips? Yeah.
So when they're born, they're actually born with all of their teeth, which is
Yes.
kind of surprising,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah.
So they have all their teeth when they're born. They've got 16 of them. And when they're born, they're like a really dark chocolate brown, solid. They don't have any of the blonde hair or anything.
So
And-
did she stay with her mother, or did you guys
Yeah,
just?
yeah. So she, when she's born, she stays with mom, and then the breeder will work with mom and baby, and it like kind of like increase the amount of time that he will take the baby, but it's not a stressful process for mom because he works with mom first and does, I don't know what the process is, but it's like a clicker training. So when he takes the baby, it's okay, reward, and then when the baby comes back, okay, reward. And so she knows, okay, my baby's not gone forever, he's coming back,
Yeah.
and it's not a stressful process. And, but that's also how you get a sloth that is hand tamed. And so, and everybody's asked me like, because our adult, he's never been held by anybody, but he is super friendly. He'll come out onto this branch and you can feed him, you can pet him, do all that stuff. They're like, well, could you train him to be held by people?
Not as an adult.
So, right, so when they're born, they know that what their natural thing is. Their security is holding on to something that's fixed, hard,
Yeah.
cold, you know, a branch.
It wants that.
We are the opposite. We're warm, we're squishy, and we move,
Yeah.
and we make noise. So it's the opposite of what they know.
Yeah.
So, but with Zoe, she was raised knowing that a tree can be warm, squishy, and move.
Yeah.
So that's a normal for her versus being
Yeah,
completely
it's
foreign.
different.
Yeah, yeah,
Kind of like training your husband. They don't train them up.
yeah. Some are better than others, and some are worse than others, yeah.
Never know.
Sometimes it never comes around.
She's still awake. Yeah.
Yeah, she's starting to settle down a little bit more now.
You sure you don't want to hold her?
Well,
You want to pet her? No, you're good. Okay.
Yeah, so her hair will get longer as she gets older, especially like the hair kind of, you know, like here down her back, and all that will get a little longer and longer.
Now, I read too about they only go to the bathroom once
Yeah.
a week or something.
About, in captivity, it's gonna be like once every 7 to 10 days. In the wild, it's every 2 weeks-ish, just because they're not consuming as much.
Yeah.
And then when they go,
Oh,
oh, that's cool. Is that a leopard?
yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
They go and pee and poo all at once. So they don't go pee at all, at all.
Anytime at all.
It's between that, yeah,
Oh.
which was like, that's a long time.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do it. Whatever, they're special animals, but very unique digestive system. And then when they do go to the bathroom, they lose about a third of their body weight all at once.
Oh, wow.
Well, you think about all that,
Oh, yeah.
and especially all that liquid, they're holding
Yeah.
on to it for a long time. And
No, but that's a mess.
yeah, it is. So that's always fun to clean up. I was thinking the other day, I was like, I was like going through my head of like, okay, all the animals that I take care of here, we have like around 150. And I was like, who has the worst poo? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's the sloths.
Is this lot?
Yeah.
Yeah, for all that time.
Yeah. That's the sloths. And the one that's actually not so, like, probably the most pleasant of the poo is camels and chinchillas.
That.
Camels are really unique. Their bodies suck
Oh,
out
yeah,
all of the
those.
moisture from their food. And so when they poo, it's just like a completely dry pellet,
Oh.
basically. So it doesn't have a smell,
Oh,
And-
no, that's
which
good.
makes it great.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that makes it fantastic. Camel trainers, like going through the Sahara and deserts and stuff like that, there's no firewood in the desert.
Mhm.
So what they'll do is when they're walking their camels, they
Oh,
will
they'll
pick up the
that
poo
up. Yeah.
and they will use that for firewood at the end of the night. Because that's the only
That's
thing
it,
you
they're
got.
dry enough to,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Take another picture. Hurry, no, just straight, back up some.
I always say, I wish I had core
That's,
muscles
oh,
like that.
yeah,
Right?
that's really, that's good.
Yep. Yeah, they're very strong.
Yeah.
Back to the cup holder.
The eyesight is better.
Yeah, it's black and white,
It was?
no color. And then
Oh.
also their like depth perception is
There's
really
another one.
poor also.
Uh,
And so we had this mural done, I don't know, 2 months ago or so. And when our adult sloth first came out, he's used to his branch right there. And he came out and looked, and then he was reaching for the other branches that are
They're
pinned
up there, oh.
Yeah, it
they
was like
can't-
trying to
yeah.
grab it, and then
Oh,
it just makes
that's
me
tough.
realize, I'm like, we can see that that's flat.
Yeah, but they
I
can't.
Yeah.
know.
And so I would say their depth perception is really poor also.
Now, is it true if their baby falls down from the tree, they won't go get it?
No, I don't know that one. I can't say to be certain. I would say, I mean, they can climb down a tree just fine.
But isn't the inner, when they talked to us about it, it was,
Yeah.
they can't overheat them, overexert themselves because they don't have a cooling system.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wonder if Kevin might know. He researches all that stuff. I'm not a sloth
Yeah.
expert. So I see, and especially with being on social media, if I say the wrong thing, they'll be like, that's
yeah,
not right,
that's not-
Fallon.
Yeah,
So I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. I'd be like, well, I would think, but I'm like, I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know. I haven't heard that, but that doesn't mean that it's inaccurate either, so. I do know that when mom has her baby, she kind of basically just stays like this, and baby is belly to
Stay
belly
there.
with her,
Uh-huh.
and just holds on to her. And so the mom will just kind of stay in a position, almost like a little
To
hammock
not let
for
it-
the baby.
yeah.
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 We're gonna have to cut that cup holder out, Zoe. I know.
Get back in the cuddle.
Yeah.
They didn't
We
go.
like that.
Yeah, she gets frustrated that I interrupt her cup holder.
Yeah,
time.
she's,
It's fine, Zoe. There's nothing there, I promise.
now does she like being petted or is
She
it?
does, yeah.
It is?
She likes being petted, she loves being held, honestly. We, put her back in her hammock, and a lot of times she'll climb right back out
Reach
and like chase us down through the branches and want to be held. So she does very much enjoy being held. That is a definite. She likes to eat and she loves being held.
Yeah.
Yeah. and she, so two-toed sloth, well, she's a two-toed sloth, or a two-fingered sloth. They don't have tails. And so this little, I always think it's really cute, this little part of her, back end here, it's like a little cowlick.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people think that that's like a tail,
Matted, or-
but it's
yeah.
just a little cowlick where her hair kind of like spins
So we
around
all
right there.
have them.
Yeah. And
Don't want the button.
so, I always think that's kind of cute. Everybody's always like, that a tail? You know? Yeah, that's the thing. She likes jewelry, and so if somebody comes in, it's like with your zipper and
Yeah,
buttons,
she's-
yeah.
I don't let you.
Come here, Zoe. Are you getting restless? Let's see where we're at on time. I'd like her to get to sit up with you one more time, and then that way, I'll be able to grab her.
Better.
Because she'll, yeah, so I'm gonna kind of place her up there. Yeah,
Take
exactly.
one more
Perfect.
picture.
Yeah, hold her just like that.
Hurry. No, not
Oh,
the
she's just getting
zipper.
frustrated with that. There we go. There. Alright, so, alright, so I'm gonna go on this side, and I'm gonna put my hand underneath her butt, and then don't lift her, she'll reach up to
She'll
me.
go.
Yep, exactly. There you go.
Aw.
Look at so-and-so
I
here.
did.
Talking about shedding, I was like, you got a few on
Yeah.
there. Keep them as little mementos.
Yes, I did it, I really did it.
It's funny.
Yeah, Mom.
Yeah.
Hey.
You
But
want to
yeah, so
say
you
her
can see
goodbye?
how- Yeah, you wanna pet her right here?
You want to take a picture of you petting her at least?
No, no, no,
Yeah.
no.
Let me,
No, this is not.
there,
Right
okay.
Right there.
No, no, come here, me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just pet her.
So just go ahead and put her
No,
right
no,
here.
no, gosh.
No, your watch is fine. Okay,
Now, I'll hold her head and then you pet her. There you go.
there.
Good job.
See?
That wasn't so bad.
She's
Yeah.
soft.
Yeah.
Okay.
There, cute little nose.
Okay.
So I'll put her, you guys will watch me put her back up in her little bed. Her little hammock.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I need a rest now after
Oh,
an
yeah.
hour of.
So you see how she climbs out, and a lot of times she'll like come all the way out here and I'm
And you
like,
want to-
"Hey, don't let me in."
That's her food, water.
That's for our armadillo.
Oh.
That's in here also.
Oh,
Well, that's
yeah.
not Zoe's food. Bye, Zoe. You can get all settled in. All right. I think.
Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Now, where do we find the video?
I think this is on TikTok, and I gotta ask.
I don't know
Yeah.
why.
Because I know it's live when